Hi kids, I'm going to talk to you about the materials and the procedure needed for projects number 9 and 10, testing the effect of the temperature on the reaction rate of UV beads. Let's start and talk about the materials we'll need. You'll need 6 50 milliliter beakers. You will need 30 UV beads. You'll need a thermometer and a stopwatch. You'll also need a black light. Let's talk about the procedure. First, we're going to run 3 trials, and we're going to have a control and a variable in each trial. In each trial, we're going to have a set of control water that does not get exposed to the UV light, and a set of the different variables that are going to be exposed to the UV light. We're going to start using a set of room temperature water that you will get from the water station, a set of cold water that you will get from the water station, and a set of hot water. In each container, make sure that they're filled with 50 milliliters each. 50 milliliters of cold water in 2 beakers, 50 milliliters of room temperature water in 2 beakers, and 50 milliliters of hot water in 2 beakers. Before I start, I'm going to take the temperature of each beaker and record it in my notebook. I'm going to take the temperature of the cold water, make sure it's the same as the other cold water I poured. I'm going to record that in my notebook. Then I'm going to take the temperature of the room temperature water and the other container of room temperature water and record it in my notebook. And last, I'm going to take the temperature of the hot water and the other hot water and record it in my notebook. Now I'm ready to start. I'm going to put 5 UV beads in each container, and feel free to have your partner come and help. Now I'm going to take my control containers of cold, room temperature, and hot water, and I'm going to put them away from the UV light. I'm going to take my variable group, I'm going to put them under the UV light and turn it on. Now I need to make sure that my containers are exposed to the UV light. I might even need to, with the help of my partner, hold them up to the UV light to make sure that they react. This might take a few minutes. Once you're done, bring your beakers back over to the side, making sure to take note of which is each container, and bring the control beads over. Ready, set, start the timer. You're going to time how long it takes for the beads to go back to normal and look just like the control beads. When you notice that a group is done, take note of the time and record it in your book. When you notice that the next group has completely finished going back to their original clear color, put them to the side and record it in your book. And finally, when you notice the last group has gone back to their original color, go ahead and record that in your notebook and stop the timer. That was your first trial. You're going to repeat that for a total of 3 trials, testing a cold water sample, a room temperature water sample, and a hot water sample for each group, every time having a control group that you place away from the UV light. You're looking for the amount of time it takes for the beads to go back to the original color that shows no reaction.